looks intriguing. Everything's all right now. These rocks have seen better days. Revelio.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed.
Ugh. Can't say I'm terribly fond of all the dung in this class.
I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm...
I will, Professor.
Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on.
Bombarda!
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deek thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deek suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by...
I've seen thestrals before, but
Deek has seen some wild thestral. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather... Once you've rescued the thestrals...
I don't think anyone at the Mint Fair is fashion true. Oh, I'm so sweet.
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like yours.
what do we have here? A demiguise. Revelio. Accio.
Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the thestrals.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help. Let's look at what we have, shall we? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
have auras, is all I'm saying.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process.
I shall. I wonder where...
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
There. I'm not going to hurt you. Professor Howin will never believe this.
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want...
You said you had news about the poachers.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead and... Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help. Does the name Horndale Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not.
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never... I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making at the expense of... The poacher spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about... I think she worries I'll do something.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way. A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious. That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Revelio!
This is... odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Pelts. Poor beasts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Revelio! This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here, all sorts of evidence. But I found something else.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep... I don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align? definitely poachers. No creatures, though. So what are they doing out here?
Revelio, let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
That's it. Lightfooted's the word.
You can't keep your eyes off a pretty lass, you can't. Quit a flick of a frock and you fall to pieces. Learn that in first year, did ya?
No. You will not survive!
Are you in? Levioso!
Was that meant to be an attack of some sort? That's the best you can do, is it? That was a mistake.
I'd say a little cooking in order.
Thought you had us there.
I'll watch those knives come out of your eyes.
Incendio! Potato! Oaf. Confringo!
Confringo! You'll peter out soon enough. No! Did I hurt you?
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic
Revelio.
himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out. Reparo. Revelio.
What in Merlin's name? Are those dragons? It's a dragon fighting ring.
The name makes sense now.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizardkind. There must be more dragons here. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. That's a brilliant idea.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking a bargain with them. Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Nah, they say we go too far. The violence is gonna get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is gonna get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them. Don't know how Ramrock's stomach's being near Rookwood. Foul beast.
Not much longer now. Soon our necks will be out from under wizarding boots. Wizard kind will pay for what they've done.
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we? They've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Alohomora. All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
You brought a friend. You're not.
I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
Perhaps some nice flowers will grow.
Come here.
The land returns to the back
Temptation does not belong in back.
avoiding our problem.
Now just finish the job.
Told you that I was
You lazy Benny. No patience for these things. Close in a duel? Pathetic. Overgrown weed. You lazy Benny.
What have you done? I could avenge your death.
We don't have time. We need to free her now before more show up. Aim for the ring at the front of her restraints.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out. Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last... and the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
I can't believe we found ourselves trapped in that scriptorium. Never again.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in...
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his... He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the Scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found references to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell...
And you think this relic...
Precisely.
I see no reason to involve him.
I'm glad you agree. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an under... Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What?
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian. Please avoid anything.
Those references in the book seem...
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, it would mean a lot.
So this is the underground harbor.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
Professor Weasley asked me to...
Did she now?
Quiz.
Some people call... Hence, I have created a small quiz. None of the other students will try it, no matter how... Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The golden snidget.
Correct! The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Well done! The tale of the three brothers involves which magical art?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct! According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consist of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
The Quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, true or false, Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty, and I won't be giving you any more easy questions either.
I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Beautiful.
Goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done. Class is dismissed. And remember, now is not the time to ease off your studying.
Uncle Roland sends his best. He often asks after you in his hours. Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life?
You wanted to discuss my program?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting, and frankly, excelling in your schoolwork.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure. I've heard that you were able to grow a venom. Growing such a magical plant is an accomplishment of which you can...
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to... It'll be the end of the year in no time, and I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure... Until then, well... If you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available. Glad to see you were paying close attention.
Revelio. I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral. Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world.
I'm sorry that we both can see Thestrals, Deke.
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts.
What do you mean to blame?
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. Deke begged Master to leave her be. As Deke punished himself, Master grew angrier and angrier, and Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
What a horrible tale, Deke.
Deke has only told Professor Weasley that story. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts.
Revelio.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods. That could have been anything. I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful.
Careful? Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can...
So frustrating. She never listens to me. It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. And it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my... But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from...
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not... My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Revelio.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last...
I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars... I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if...
That's a good idea.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after... Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon attack.
Goodness. Well, that's don't worry. I'll guard your secret as if it... I shan't press for more details. In fact, I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Alfred Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled. I shall pretend I never heard the rumours of your involvement.
it weren't for the cost of things these days.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiaye, and this is my shop.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? A pleasure doing business with you. Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Revelio.
Nice to see you here. Isn't the sea air refreshing?
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet. Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Accio! Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Revelio.
This room is taller than it looks.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd.
Did you hear that?
Accio. We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. There's something here by the altar. Revelio. We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Bombarded! Accio!
I need to find a safe way across.
Revelio.
What did you find?
Revelio. Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the...
Of course. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we need. Hold on to that diary entry. There may...
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? We need to focus on moving beyond this room.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined.
Revelio.
Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Wingardium Leviosa!
That's a lot of bones. You've done it! I knew we'd get through.
Revelio.
I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going... It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperious...
It's probably wise to...
I couldn't agree more. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Revelio. Incendio. Bombarda. Incendio. 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 Revelio.
Incendio!
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I tried.
Guardian Leviosa. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Accio.
That worked. Keep going.
Guardian Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
there, I thought that'd never end. Incendio!
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Revelia, hold on. Don't give up yet. Sebastian, the relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic.
I can't believe it. After all...
What do you suppose is meant by the...
I have no idea.
I'm willing to ignore what the...
Agreed. I'm taking it. I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Revelio.
Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic. Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous.
And if nothing will change his mind? Sebastian's right. We need...
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this? What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could... I know how to cast it. Sebastian taught me. But I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask...
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with... Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperial! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're up.
I will.
Sebastian, come on!
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
Sebastian, we need to go. Incendio!
Did we do the wrong thing?
You need the relic.
I know. But not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
We've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. I hope he knows that hasn't changed.
Confringo! Bombada! Accio! Taylor! Incendio!
Revelio. Accio. Incendio! Accio!
How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb, just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Stay back! Keep out the way!
I'm handling it.
I will make it. Get away!
We have to fight.
You're weak, Seaman. Why can't I hit you? You know who you're playing with! I won't rest.
You're not with me.
Be careful! Mind!
We've got them. Double treat. We'll make them retreat.
What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do?
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him?
You may be right. Very...
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow?
What?
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near... If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic... Why, Sebastian?
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards, he was.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
Protego!
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it. And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea.
We need to see what they're doing.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Revelio. There they are, up ahead.
I'll let you lead.